Hello everybody. Uh, it's raining outside. Rainy season. Uh, I love rainy season. So today we'll discuss the next poem of ninth class, that is Rain on the Roof by Court Skinny. Actually, poet is considering rain and the sound of the rain falling or the raindrops on the roof as the music played by nature. And then he asks us actually that what do we do or how do we feel, what thoughts come in our mind when it rains. If you'll ask me, uh, I love rain. When it rains, sitting in the balcony having sips of coffee, tea and some snacks. But then we'll discuss or we'll recite what the poet used to do when it rains. First of all, I'll recite the poem to you. When the humid shadows hover over all the starry spheres, and the melancholy darkness gently weeps in rainy tears, what a bliss to press the pillow of a cottage chamber bed and the lie listening to the patter of the soft rain overhead. Every tinkle on the shingles has an echo in the heart, and a thousand dreamy fancies into busy beings start, and a thousand recollections weave their air threads into woof as I listen to the patter of the rain upon the roof. Now in my memory comes in my mother, as she used in years agone to regard the darling dreamers. She left them till the dawn. Oh, I feel her fond look on me as I listen to this refrain, which is played upon the shingles by the patter of the rain. Now, in the very first stanza, the poet is saying, when the humid shadows hover. Now, we all know humidity. We know the process of how rain takes place by the process of evaporation. Talking about the clouds used to take place. So, these humid shadows are clouds. And the poet is saying when the clouds hover, move or appears over all the starry spheres. Starry spheres, star where all the stars are there, means in the sky. When the clouds appear in the sky, now second imagery by the poet, and the melancholy darkness. Darkness used to be always gloomy. Opposite to brightness, colored. This is a symbol of happiness. Darkness is always gloomy, sad. So here the poet is saying it appears that time all of a sudden grows all dark. It becomes sad. And poet is saying it seems as if darkness, the sad darkness, weeps in rainy tears. It starts crying, it starts weeping, and its tears are raindrops. He is comparing the raindrops to the tears of darkness. What a bliss to press the pillow. He said that moment is a joyful moment for him. He used to lie in his cottage chamber bed, lie listening to the patter, pressing the pillow, lying in his cottage chamber bed, and he used to listen to the soft rain overhead. Further in the second stanza, the poet says, every tinkle on the shingle. Tinkle, tinkle is a ringing sound. Shingle, wooden tiles. As nowadays we can say tin roof used to be there. Now in that times, olden times, wooden tiles are there for covering the roof, and the raindrops are falling on the shingle and they are creating the sound of tinkling. Tinkle on the shingle has an echo in the heart. The poet says that with the every sound which is on the shingle by the falling of the raindrop, it is rebounding in his heart also. That sound is echoing. And what is happening after that? Thousands of dreamy fancy thoughts starts getting into his mind, into his heart, and a thousand recollections, past memories flash in front of his eyes, in front of his mind. They starts weaving their air threads into woof. They start as if women, talking about women or the mothers in the house, they used to weave, they used to knit something with woolen. In that way also the past memories are coming forth and they are weaving something. When it happens, as I listen to the patter of the rain upon the roof, all this is happening when he is listening to the sound of the rain falling on the roof. Then in the third and the final stanza, the poet says, now in memory comes my mother. Suddenly, there comes the memory of thought of his mother. Actually, she is no more. She has been dead. And now he is reminding memory of mother as she used in years ago. How she appears to him? As she was when he was just a child. She was a young lady that time, and the memory of his mother comes into his mind. To regard the darling dreamers. Darling dreamers are family members. To regard, to love. She used to love all her family members, and her that picture comes into his mind. Or is old English word before she left them before she died. She died. And then poet says, oh, I feel her fond look on me. He said that I felt as she was looking at me as lovingly as she used to look at me when I was just a child. Fond look, loving look on me. When, as I listen to this refrain, when he says, a list is old English word listen. I am listening to this refrain. Refrain is song, music. As I am listening to this music, and where is this music played? Which is played upon the shingles, which is played on the wooden tiles. And who is playing? How it is playing? By the falling of the raindrops on the wooden tiles on the roof. So in this poem actually, Rain on the Roof, poet is telling us what does he do, what does he feel, and what thoughts come in his mind when it rains. Thank you.